Right, what's good, guys? It's your boy Brad coming at you on this lovely Sunday in July. Don't know exactly the date, but it is the 4th of July weekend, which makes today the 6th. So it's just easy math. Rocking the one mic today. I feel I'm trying this fuzzy thing and I have the fan on and I tried it out. I don't think it should cause any distraction. And so that's something new. And I'm trying something else new. We got some frames in, so I'm going to do a box opening today because I'm not sure if anyone went over these frames with you guys. These are the Stranger 22CRU BMX Frame, signature frames, and the new Yumi V2 that I'm going to be showing you guys. So, yeah, got my ruler here to give you guys all the geometry. And you're going to see it for the first time here. I know they're out in the UK, but let's see them firsthand here in the US right now. So weird that I got them on a Sunday, but FedEx does deliver on Sundays, guys. That's pretty cool. Got this murderous hook here. I opened the last box myself because it had some other parts in that I'll be showing at a different time. And I have yet to see these frames in person, so kind of pumped. The geometry is the same on both Basil and Janosh's frame. 21.1 top tube, and it only comes in that one size. So if you guys decide to get one of these frames here right now, they're at RPO. They ship to you for $360. That's just today because it's a Sunday and the prices have not come out yet. So could be more, might be less, but that's what we're running right now. And you don't have to worry about getting these staple things. These are pretty destructive to a frame, so definitely want to get these things out, these staples. Got one hidden in here. I've gotten frames from the UK, and I mean, they're just like wrapped in a bag sometimes, and that's just leaves a lot of marking, kind of like this one. However, there was stuffing in the other one, but this one actually has the cardboard around it to keep it in place. So the first frame you guys are getting is the Yumi. This is the new Yumi V2 frame. Not exactly sure the changes. I think they did something with the dropouts and the stickers. So always grab the clamp, seat post clamp. Now let's take a look at this guy. All right, so this is the 20.6 model. It's a little bit shorter. Pretty nice, man. I'm a big fan of the Yumi frame. This would be perfect to take the place of my Benny V2. That's a 20-inch because 20.6 is a little short as well for me, but perfect for jibbing. Nice tall standover. Get you guys some geo on this right now. .6 dead. Standover looks pretty tall. I think the last one was 9.6. This one is 9.6 as well. I do see the InvestCast dropouts. I can't remember if the last one had them or not. But the chain stay length is about 13.3 slammed. Yeah, I'd say about 13, maybe 13.2 slammed. I think it's probably 13.25 for the chain stay, which I'm going to say might be a little shorter than Basil and Janosh's version of their 22CRU frames. Oh, hang on, one more thing. We'll do the head tube, and I can't check the bottom bracket height yet, but I'll be giving that to you guys eventually. And we have a nice tall 5-inch head tube, which is always nice for less headset spacers. I've always wanted the fit Yumi, the matte blue frame, the USA version. If it was kind of like my dream frame, or this one might be just as nice. Maybe do like a matte blue. But yeah, this one is in brown. Same price now today as the Basil and Janosh, and I'll set that right here for you guys. And that's a 20.6 Yumi. All right, next up, we got to pull these out. Get going. Didn't want to do any prep work, just so you guys know this is literally the first time these frames are getting opened. And this is going to be Basil's. Right away, I have this upside down. I have it upside down, unfortunately. But you can read the bottom bracket. STR 21.1. And we're about to have a look here, guys. Good job packaging. Good job packaging. Grab the seat post clamp before I forget. And there she is, guys. Man, that's a nice frame. Whew. First thing I'm noticing are these beefy dropouts. Look at those things in the back for knocking those pegs all over the place. Beautiful welding. Nice and thick. Super tall. I know the standover is 10 inches. And when I was chatting with Basil, he mentioned that this frame is going to be very similar to the Yeah Okay frame that Steph and August had out. It was probably like 5 or 6 years ago. It was only out for a short run. It was pretty expensive due to all the geometry and everything they added. And I have a feeling this is pretty much about the same as the Yeah Okay when it comes to geometry and specs. So first thing again I noticed was it does have chain tensioners. It has these beefy InvestCast dropouts. You can literally see the dimes from the welding. We've got nice thick chainstay and bottom bracket, mid-bottom bracket with cup. It has the outer cupping and the internal cupping for bottom bracket bearings, which is really nice. So if you want to kind of run your bottom bracket a little loose, because I know those guys do a lot of crank flips, makes it a little easier to do with this machining in here. I'm going to guess it has a taller bottom bracket height. Looks like the 5-inch head tube, which might be the difference from the Yeah Okay. I know the head tube looked small when I looked at the picture, but then again, it might look small due to the 10-inch standover. So looks like it has a little bit of a steeper head tube angle as well. So let's get some measurements for you guys on chainstay and whatnot here. We got a 21.1 top tube. I don't have my protractor, or else maybe we can get some angles. Yup. Dead. Oh, it also has these nice double gussets with this sick welding on them here too. Head tube is 5 inches. I love this gloss raw as well. And the chainstay that everyone I'm sure is dying to know. Looks as though it is 13, maybe 12.9, man. That's pretty crazy. It's not as long as one would think. It's about 13.1, same as the Yumi. I'm going to have to check. This one says 13.1 right now, and I always give a little leeway for the bolt and axle to fit in. So yeah, not that long of a chainstay. This thing's going to be a little easier to whip around than most people think. And the standover, because I know the Honest has a long chainstay. The Honest frame has a much longer chainstay in comparison with other chainstays. And our standover is right at 10 inches. So yeah, guys, cool, super cool frame here. Geometry is to spec. 10-inch standover, 13.1 back end, 5-inch head tube. And the geometry on the head tube I will be getting, I think it's about 75.3 or 75.5 maybe. And also has the chain tensioners here, 10-inch standover, and really nice light 22CRU graphics for you guys. Yeah, this thing's fire, man. All right, let's see what Janosh's looks like. While we set that there, we'll move Yumi over here. All right, Yumi, be good. Basil, don't be crank flipping by yourself. He also mentioned one time he likes, well, in my personal opinion, the 10-inch standover is going to make crank flips a lot easier. And their seats aren't going to look quite as jacked up as they did before. And he also had mentioned that they run the 170mm cranks because a crank flip looks a lot better with a 170mm crank than versus something like a 165 or a 160 that just spins around real quick. So if you guys are wondering what size cranks those guys are running, Basil runs the 170s Super Bites, which I thought that was pretty interesting because I always was like, you know, what's that big difference between 170 and 165? But you can just tell when you see those guys hit or when you see one of the Crew 22 guys hit that crank flip, see it spinning, see him spin the bars. They're running the big come over, big box bars, and just looks better. It's not as easy to whip a set of handlebars around that's wider. It looks a little, first of all, it looks better, which style is a huge part of BMX, and it's not as easy to do. So let's get this final one out. This is the one I was really intrigued to see. This is Janosh's signature frame. If you guys don't know how to find these guys on Instagram, search Basil Roos, I believe. It's ROOS for the last name, and Janosh is under Sarah Finessa, and that would be SERAFINESSA. And you can find those guys because I know it's not always that easy. All right, this thing is this is like a beautiful gloss. It's not as much a similar brown as Yumi's, if you guys can see over here. This one is more of definitely had some red thrown in with the gloss, and I love like the pink decal on here as well. There you can see the decal a little bit better. Get a nice look at the color. Bring this up close for you guys. This frame is awesome, man. Yep. They don't come around very often, so if you can, now's the time. And I got some come over bars in stock for you as well if you want to get a combo deal. And got an Aleppo stems, as well as we have some multicolor Primo tenderizers coming in on Monday. So yeah, gonna cut this one off here, guys. Hope you liked the frames. I'm gonna throw in the chain tensioners and seat post clamps with a little grease and wrap them back up for the time being because they're just a little too glossy to scratch. And aside from that, Sunday, the fun day, and that means most places are closed. I'm hitting the industrial park and going to ride my bike. So get some street in. Hope you guys have a good one. If you guys catch this tonight, if not, have a good week. Hope you all had a happy 4th of July weekend. That's about it. I'm out.